It's 6:51 and I have a shift at 7:30, so I have to go to work now. But I just got hit with like early evening fatigue. I think because I stayed up late. Usually I get this fatigue like around 3 p.m. But because I stayed up so late and then I slept in until like 1 p.m. Now I'm getting it now. So I think I'm gonna have some coffee before I go. Anyway, ready for a night of adventure in the pediatric emergency department. Coffee time. Don't worry, Candy. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Or are you more concerned about food? Yeah? Okay. I'll feed you before I go, don't worry. Candy? Paw? Paw? Good. Good cat. Here. Eat your food.
Maybe I'll fit on before my night shift. You know I can in another spend the night. Shit, kumbaya. Wanna see Nirvana.
Hey guys, so I am just getting home from my night shift. And it was actually a pretty crazy shift. There were several very sick kids and they were under my care. I guess without going into too much detail, there was a child who was having hemoptysis, basically coughing up blood. And she had a medical condition where it was very possible that she could have bled a lot. And it was a very scary situation. Thankfully, she did okay, and I think that she's gonna go to PICU, which is the pediatric ICU. I guess throughout the whole night, there are many instances where I felt really unprepared and like inadequate to like take care of these really sick kids. Obviously, it makes sense that I'm not prepared because I have very little experience. And for today's patient, there were several people helping me out, so I was very well supervised. So I never felt like I was alone and like the only person taking care of her. But yeah, I feel like it's really easy to kind of like feel down and feel like you don't know enough and you are not good enough. I feel like that's like a common theme. I'm really glad the night is over. That was my first night shift of pediatric emergency room. A lot happened, but I'm home and I'm ready to sleep. I'm having one of those feelings where, I don't know if you guys watch Grey's Anatomy, but there's a scene where Christina Yang is like,
sleep or should I shower? I can sleep in the shower. Ugh, but I'm also starving. Have you eaten?
that's kind of how I feel right now. I want to eat, I want to shower, I want to sleep. I'm also really tired, so I can't fathom eating anything that takes a lot of energy. So on the way home, I was thinking about getting a bagel, but then I was like, wow, there's so much chewing involved in eating a bagel. I don't think I can handle eating a bagel right now. So I'm gonna have some cereal and then I'm gonna head to bed.
See me bummed out, stressed out. It's every day. Shit, shut the fuck up. I don't want your conversation.
So after that Monday night shift, later on in that week, I think Thursday night, I ended up having the same shift as the same attending that I had on Monday night. And I was telling her later in the week that the whole incident with the girl with the hemoptysis really shook me up. And she actually told me that she felt the same way. She told me about how she was telling her husband about it. And I told her that I also told my boyfriend about it and how it actually really helped me to talk about it with my boyfriend and also my really close group of friends from medical school. And I think that's really the important thing in medicine. There's like a lot of life and death things happening in shifts, especially in emergency medicine. And if you hold everything in, then it can just become a huge burden to yourself. And I think just having people that you can trust and people that you can rely on, whether they're in medicine or not, I think really, really helps. And I think that can really help to kind of prevent the burnout that a lot of people see in emergency medicine. So I felt reassured that it wasn't just me, that my attending felt the same way. She actually told me that hemoptysis is one of the scariest things that you can see, especially in pediatric population. She said probably second to angioedema when you have swelling of your like mouth and airway. You know, those two conditions are really instances where you have to, you know, really think ahead and make sure you're prepared to intubate somebody if you need to. And just like, it's just a very scary situation for, I think, not just me, but for everyone involved. So yeah, it was good to kind of touch base with her and talk to her about like what she thought about the whole incident. If you guys watch my other vlog, I've been on nights for the past week, so my schedule has been 7:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. and then I slept most of the day. Tomorrow I start my adult ED block, and I'm going to be starting on days again. So tomorrow I start my day at 7:30 a.m., which means I have to go to bed early tonight and wake up early tomorrow. Someone from last vlog asked if 12-hour shifts 5 days in a row is a lot. And personally, yes. But traditionally, residents used to work a lot more hours. Residents were called residents because if you were a training physician, you either lived in the hospital or housing supplied by the hospital. So you basically lived your life in the hospital and you were expected to dedicate most of your time to taking care of patients and learning. Nowadays, there's regulations on how many hours you can work per week. Typically in emergency medicine, it's 60 hours a week, that's the limit. And in other fields of medicine, other specialties, it's 80 hours a week. And the reason why it's lower hours in emergency medicine is because there's really no downtime in emergency medicine. You're constantly taking care of patients. Those are the hours that are limited by the ACCCESSORIES, which is the governing organization that oversees the graduate medical education. So 12 hours, 5 days in a week, it's a lot, but it's a lot less than some of the other residents have to endure in other specialties. So, you know, as an intern, you just kind of do your hours and you just kind of go with the flow. So it's been okay. It's been tiring, but it's doable. Got my matcha from my boyfriend. So it's Sunday night and today was a lot of fun. It was nice to have the day off to do some of my favorite things, like walking outside in the sun, going to the park, playing squash, eating at some nice restaurants. I think it's really important, especially when you have a really busy schedule, to take the time off when you can to do some of your favorite things and really spend time with people that you love. And I think especially in medicine, when you have a difficult day or difficult case, which happens, it's really important to be able to talk about it with people that are close to you, whether they're in medicine or not. And I think really that's the lesson that I'm learning from this past week. Tomorrow I go back to the adult side of the emergency department. It's gonna be tough waking up early in the morning again because I've been working nights all week and now I'm going back to morning, so I have to be at work by 7:30 a.m. It's kind of like being jet lagged. Basically, you're like in a completely different time zone, so you have to adjust from nights to days, and I'm gonna have to do that a few times in the upcoming month. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to support the channel, please visit TheStriveToFit.com for some merchandise. And if you're not following me already on Twitter or Instagram, you can follow me at TheStriveToFit. And you can check out other videos by visiting the link over here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!